ladies and gentlemen, would you look what we have here. Welcome back to another episode of A Dairyman's Diary. My name is Frank, and it's an absolute pleasure to be back with you once again. I do hope you have been well, and that you are enjoying whatever you get up to. It has been quite a while since you and I have last spoken, and we have got a lot to discuss. A couple of things, mainly who's in that tractor, what has happened with this farm, and what we've been up to for the last couple of years since we last spoke. So, what we're going to do, there's lots to discuss here. Pull into this field, into this entrance here. The yard has changed around a lot. Some of those changes we're going to get into. A lot of just development and changes to our business, which we kind of expected and had to get in line with, really, for it to all work out. So we're going to run through all those in a moment or two, but let's get this. We've kept the old Ford, that's still running strong. I'm going to park that up right about there. Ah, beautiful day over here in Meadow Groves, absolutely stunning. But like I say, it has been a while since we last spoke, and boy oh boy oh boy has there been a lot of things happening. Obviously you can see the yard has changed around quite a bit. We brought in, we moved the silage pit that was once here. The pits are now kind of on the back side of the shed. This is the new shed that we brought in place of that, another parlour, another cattle shed here as well. So we've changed things around quite a bit, and it was just something that happened over kind of a course of 2.5 years, really, just gradually changing things up. And it's working in our favour so far, I would have to say. Very happy with how it's all coming along together. And it allows us to get a little bit more productivity out of our cattle. These are our pits that right now, to be honest, they're going to be mainly filled with silage bales as opposed to actual silage, just because of the way our business is kind of shaping up. But yeah, we're going to get into that, of course, over the course of the coming weeks and months, as you are with me. But yeah, lots just to get into, really. As you may well have seen, as we've kind of walked around the yard here, there are a few changes to the machinery. There's our kind of cultivation equipment there. That's pretty much all new, I think. The plough is the same, but the rest of it's all changed out. Main key change that we're going to see is a lot of the tractors have changed. We upgraded a few of them because we need a little bit more power. You can hear just in the background running away there. I think you can hear the new T6 that's purring away. Terry is driving that. He's a new driver for me. He's been with us now for about a year, and he's so pleased to have him because he's working very well. There's the baler's still here, and we've got a new fertilizer spinner as well. But Terry is driving a T6 there. He's spraying some of our grassland, and that came in about 3 months ago. It's just something new for us. There's a lot of grassland to get working on, and I'll tell you about that in just a moment or two. We upgraded the 6910 we had. We went for something a bit bigger. We got for a 7710 now, so a few more horses under the bonnet there. And we have kept the old Ford still. That's still going strong. A couple of things that we did have to change out, unfortunately. The JCB telehandler was just getting a bit old for us. It's been used a lot, so we've recently sold that. And today we're actually going to go in and pick up our new machine. And unfortunately, the old Bonhill combine is no more. We moved in for a New Holland. We don't do a great deal of serial work, so we don't really need anything too new or too big. This is perfect for what we require, and we're gonna have to see how that pans out for us. We've had that for one season so far, didn't skip a beat. But the old Bonhill there had a catastrophic failure and breakdown, and it was towed away to a scrapyard, unfortunately. But moving on to the livestock side of things, when we last spoke, I believe we had in the region of around 150 head of cattle, or maybe verging closer towards, getting closer towards 200 actually. These are my ladies at the moment. I have just over 100 at the moment. We did downgrade temporarily. Primary reason for that was that we were looking to rejuvenate and refresh the herd and the bloodlines within the herd. Because we kept a lot of the same breeding cattle around for a while. So we have kind of sold those on, moved them on, and brought in a few more. We're just looking to continually upgrade and increase the number of cattle we have, which will be something that we look to do kind of over the next 6 to 8 months, I would imagine. So they are all looking good, though. We had to kick them outside early because we do have a bit of a problem. The weather we had over the last summer was not great for us. But we made our first cut silage. And then the grasses didn't grow again. It was so hot that we just couldn't get any grass off the field. So we've run out of silage. Now this load here is a load that I just picked up today. I've actually bought from a neighbour because I just needed something to keep the cattle going. I had to kick the cows out early because they were just not getting any enough nutrients The grass has started to grow a little bit here, but they just weren't getting anywhere near enough of what they needed. So we brought them back in at night there, but we kick them back out during the day when it's a nice day like this as well. The sun is beaming down. Why not? They can get out there and get some good nutrients from the grass. We are desperately trying to cover all of the ground. Oh, there's looks like an old transporter plane. We are desperately looking to get nitrogen out onto the field. Terry's been doing a great job of driving the New Holland with the sprayer on, and then I've been jumping onto the spreader as well when we can. But we're currently waiting on some more nitrogen to arrive for that. It just hasn't been growing enough. We're probably, from the first cut silage ground, we're probably in the region of about a week away from getting that cut. So we'll be looking into doing that hopefully sooner rather than later. We've got a little bit more ground than last time we spoke to you, just to try and increase our acreage really more than anything else. The aim was to try and sell some of this extra silage we could make. Hay we could make off of the visit as well, to get in a little bit of extra revenue, but we haven't quite got around to doing that yet. With our equipment on the yard here, you'll see we've got a big Abbey tanker here. We are due a second Abbey tanker to arrive soon. Reason being, we've taken on recently, as far back as maybe about a year ago actually, we started to do a lot more contract work with the tanking, and that's gone from strength to strength. So that's why we brought in a slightly bigger tractor, just to be able to handle it all. But it turns out we're going to need to get a second tanker because our customer is kind of building up there. So that's great news for us, for the business. It means that we can do an awful lot. And that's really nice to see, actually. Now, what we are going to do right now, though, we're going to leave this here while the cattle are out there. They don't need anything else from us. They're getting everything they need from the ground outside. But we will be, we do need to go and pick up our telehandler today. So we're going to take the 77 out for that one, I do believe. And we'll have a look and see what we can do. Let's just make sure everything's looking good. In we go. So this is very much the same as the 69 that we had, just obviously a bit bigger. Similar kind of age, similar hours on the clock as well when we picked it up. But yeah, it's a sound tractor. When we do have any cultivation work to do, this typically pulls the plow, because the plow is 5'4". That takes a little bit of dragging up some of the hills, so that's why we use this one. It does a grand job of it, I must say. No, where was Terry? Oh, it looks like he's just got that field done there, which is fantastic news. A little bit of the drive ahead of us, like I say there, but we it shouldn't take us too long. We actually have to go off and pick up the we're borrowing someone's low loader so we can bring the new telehandler back for two reasons. One, it's not very quick on the road, and two, it's very uncomfortable on the road to drive at any speed. So Terry just seems to be getting used to his sprayer in there. We've got GPS on that machine, so it's he's an experienced operator, but not greatly experienced in the art of GPS. Neither am I, to be honest, so I'm letting him kind of take up the reins on that one for now. And he seems to be getting the hang of it, no problem at all, but it's just something we're taking our time on. It is, like I say, it's coming to the point now where we desperately need to get all that ground covered, so we're covering as much of it as we can each day, really. Now, let's stop here. Additionally, as well, like when we were last with you, we used to cart our own milk. We do have a tanker that comes in on a daily basis now to take that away for us there, so that's something we don't have to worry about anymore. It's just nice as well to have another company, another firm come in and do that for me. It just takes away one of the daily tasks. They're in around about 7 o'clock every morning, so it's always nice just to leave them to it, really. It's another beautiful day though around here. It really, really is. Hopefully a few more of these. I'm looking forward to getting the good first cut of silage, and then if we can, ideally it'd be nice to get a strong second cut, maybe a third as well, but that's a little bit away. We'll have to see what we can do. No, ideally I'd like to make that little shortcut there, but that's not my land, I can't do that. I do like the sound this John Deere makes. It's a stunning tractor. So what's been going on with everybody? I hope you're all very well, whatever you've been doing in the time that we've been away. I hope everything has been good to you. Oh, that's actually where we're going to pick up our loader in there. But what we're going to do first, this is where we're coming to pick up the telehandler, and that is it right there. But first things first, we need to just scoot down to my buddies to go and pick up the trailer we're going to use, which is about 5 minutes away from here. What I'll do is I'll take the journey, and then we'll catch back up to you as soon as we're ready to go. Alright folks, here we are. It's looking like an immaculate trailer. Let's just get ourselves off the road here. This, like I say, come down here just to borrow a buddy's trailer. I don't have anything to pull this up with, but this is like a little holding yard for him more than anything else. I'll span round that. Yeah, it's a nice looking chieftain trailer. Forward. It lifts it quite high on the John Deere there, but we'll have to make it work. That's not a problem at all. Lifts that front axle way off. But yeah, something that's going to be nice and handy to get this shifted through and get this telehandler back up to our yard there. And where we can get it put into work. The reason we've gone with it is quite a compact telehandler. And we did want something that was going to be able to handle our kind of smaller yard setup we have now. Which is going to be quite important there because, like I say, it does get a little bit tight there. That JCB we found towards the end was getting a little bit numb to use. Just kind of struggling a bit on some of the kind of the more key responsibilities we had. So yeah, that's why we've taken that role. But that should be fine. I think it'll do a grand job. We just got to get in there and get going now. Okay, back up the hill here. I am due to receive another load of fertilizer soon. I haven't got a specific time yet, but we need some more nitrogen to put down, and I'm trying to get it all set up so that when we've finished with the initial first cut of silage, we can get straight on there with a second load of nitrogen just to give second cut a big boost. Because I'm desperately trying to avoid what happened this year, where we really piled on a lot of extra stress and pressure just because we couldn't keep the cattle fed at one point. Really did have to almost go on to ration levels. River's a bit high today. We are at the point where we've had some good weather lately. The crops are really starting to turn now, actually. Shouldn't be too far away for some people to get cracking. Not for us, so we're a little bit out yet, but hopefully that's going to be about a month away, I should think. Soon time to bring the combine out though and make sure it's all serviced up and ready to roll. Okay, and then we want to go this way. Perfect. Our old shipyard there, we still have the land around here. There's not a lot going on in there at the moment. We haven't got any machines down there or anything, but it's nice to see see the yard still looking good. We'll be down here sooner rather than later, I am sure. Now we're just in here. This is someone that we've known for a while, and they have quite a large setup actually, and we are just we'll have to go a bit tight, a bit wider on there. Yeah, they do have quite a large set of equipment, and we are, yeah, we're looking just to try and take the small loader off the hands. In fact, it's a great big John Deere here, bigger than the one I have. I think they're actually upgraded to they have like a 416 JCB, but they chose that they wanted to, look at the size of that. Maybe one day, Frank, maybe one day. But they wanted to upgrade it as well to go to something different in terms of, let's get that down, in terms of a little bit bigger, whereas this I think they had a specific use for it, but that use is no longer apparent, so that's why we're going to take it off the hands, and I'm quite excited by it actually. It is a little bit smaller, it's compact like I say, it's a pouch, and it's articulated but also has a pivot on the loader itself, which could be quite useful for what we're going to use it for, in the sense of we're going to be able to try and get around our tight yard a little bit easier. These can even come with a 3-point linkage on the back if you really desire it to, but we don't need that at all. Let's get it fired up anyway. We've got a muck grab and a bucket with it. We do need to, we've ordered, so we need to pick up at some point like a fertilizer bag lifter and a set of forks for it on the front. We need to see what we can do in terms of getting a like a silage bale grab for it as well, because we are going to need one of those. We're doing an awful lot of silage at the moment. I just want to get squared up a bit better there. We do a bit of contract work for some other people as well that we've took on board from the we kind of got introduced to it through the slurry work we were doing, so we have taken a little bit extra on there as well, which is good, providing us with a little bit of extra custom work really, which during the tougher times that we've had, it's just nice to see that's like an option for diversification really. Let's get into here. Now that bucket should be alright in there. It's kind of grabbed in. I can't foresee it's going to go anywhere. But hey, I'm sure we'll find out. What we're going to do is not go out the way we came in. We're going to go through this gate here, I think. Looks like a good option for us. No, just get out and open that gate first. It looks kind of apart there, I would say. Okay, and where we go. So we actually, like I was saying earlier, we bought this John Deere a while ago, and we bought it for, we got a real bargain on it actually. I think I picked this up for about 22,000, and now for what people know about these older John Deeres, they do hold the value very well, so to pick it up for that cheap was quite a coup really for us. And would you believe it, I had it valued the other day there, and I think someone said they would give me 26 for it, which is frankly mind-blowing. To think that it's already kind of an investment for me is crazy. But I have no intention of selling that, and even to the point where if one day, ooh, get out of here quickly. If someone offered me the opportunity to get another 77 of equal condition, I would be very strongly considering it. Now we're gonna go up here. There we go. It's a slow climb back up the hills there. Meadow Grove is always on the kind of top of the hill, but it's we'll wake up the neighbours, that's for sure. So, like I say, do let me know what you've been up to. It has been a while there. Do ask any questions you may have in the comments below. I have teamed up once again with Simulation for the Nation, and we're going to do our best to kind of keep you all up to date with what's going on here, and to see kind of where we all stand with it. But yeah, lots of new and exciting things are about to happen here, and I'd love to keep you all abreast of it and keep you all in tune as we progress. So, as always, if you do have any questions, that will be the best place to get in touch. We've got a couple of different cameras here now as well, so we've got plenty to kind of keep us going with. Oh, he's managed to change fields there by the looks of things. It looks like he's done again. This is tight though. Good grief. We've got a new Braun 28-foot bale trailer as well, and the trailer which has the silage bales on the moment, it is terrible to try and get in and out of some of these narrow roads. It's 28 foot long. We could have probably done with it being about 22 foot, just to give us that bit of extra flexibility. But this is what we've got, so, and we make it work where we can. Loop ourselves in here. Excellent stuff. And what I think I'll do for now, let's bring this into here. And there we go. So as we stand right now, we are just going to get these cattle, shut, I had this open earlier, walking there. Bringing in the water. At the moment there, we don't have the main feed water established yet, so we have a license for a local spring that we're having to use repetitively, which is less than ideal, but it's what we have to do really just to make sure it all works. Elsewhere, though, the cattle are looking healthy. We're surviving on the grass we have here, that's for sure. But that's about the top and bottom of it. We'll be back with you later on in the week, though, where we'll be looking into getting some more grassland work done, actually. And we'll just kind of fill you in and keep you up to date with everything that's going on. There's a lot of exciting changes coming and some new diversity that I'm really looking forward to seeing, actually. So we'll keep you abreast of all of that. For now, though, if you have enjoyed this episode of A Dairyman's Diary, please do hit that like button. Subscribe to Simulation for the Nation if you've yet to do so already. And do drop any comments down below. Let us know where you're watching from and what you're getting up to, because as always, I will check in on that and respond. For now, though, I have been Frank, your humble host, and I'm delighted to be back with you. It's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to kind of run through the next God knows how long with you on Meadow Grove Farm here, and we'll see where the future takes us. So we will catch you later on in the week. Have yourself a great week, and we will see you on the other side. Until then, though, happy farming.